Hello and what is up YouTube? My name is G3Iron and today we are taking a look at the newly announced 3.9.2c patch notes, which will, at least around here in the G3 community, be officially known as the Map Tab Heaven patch. So let's dive right into these patch notes. Tomorrow, Friday, New Zealand time, we're planning to deploy the 3.9.2c update on PC with various improvements to the Conquerors of the Atlas and Metamorph content, as well as some bug fixes. We're keen to release this patch on consoles as soon as possible after its deployment on PC. While you're waiting for the patch to be released, check out its patch notes below. Please note that the following list may be changed prior to the 3.9.2c release. Alright, so without further ado, why are we calling this Map Tab Heaven? Well, here's the reason why. First off, maps now display their Atlas region by default. Yay! Alright, that's great. Holding Alt displays map completion, bonus objective completion, and awakening objective completion status. Added frames to the map stash, which indicate if a map is influenced by a conqueror. Yes! Okay, thirdly, added visual indicators at the center of the atlas, which display which conquerors have been defeated. Yes! These visual indicators are removed upon opening portals to the Eye of the Storm. Clicking anywhere on a citadel with a non-unique watchstone on your cursor now sockets that watchstone into the appropriate socket if one is available. Fantastic! Adjusted the positions of various citadels so that they aren't hidden by UI elements. In other words, like when you're looking at your atlas, it won't be hidden by the control or the search function at the top of your atlas. Like you can actually see where all the citadels are located on your particular maps. That's great! The Mark of the Shaper and Mark of the Elder unique rings now grant both bonuses if your other ring is Shaper and Elder influenced. Sirius, Awakener of Worlds, now drops influenced items when he is killed. Okay, all the rest of this stuff is basically bug fixes at this point. There's a few other additional things to pay attention to here. I'll let y'all read all of these down below. Of course, down in the video description, there is a link directly to today's patch notes. But this is great news across the board. For whatever reason it is that you have had trouble with your map stash tab or with the Atlas thus far in Metamorph with the Conquerors of the Atlas, like all of the issues that we've had, at least in terms of quality of life and UI fixes, that's all getting fixed in this. I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now that was a UI feature that isn't getting fixed, other than, of course, the famed map tab, you know, just in general, getting tabs like into a more organized manner when you click on your stash tab in general. Outside of that, any changes that we wanted to have happen to the map tab itself and how that tab interacts with the new expansion material, all of that is coming through with these patch notes. So, well done again, GGG. You've hit it on the head. We'll see what the patch actually feels like once it goes live. But at least according to these patch notes, like this in and of itself, like if you haven't bought a supporter pack for Metamorph and you've been waiting to see how GGG reacts to different community complaints and community feedback, like this to me is wonderful. The functionality that they are building into the map stash tab, so that way all of us players that are actually interacting with the end game of Path of Exile and have got the map stash tab, you'll no longer have to do tricks like, you know, hitting your atlas before you go to your stash and walking over to your stash. Like all of these various tricks that we've all come up with, we won't have to use them anymore because all of the information that we could ever possibly want is going to be on the stash tab. Which leaves me asking one question at this point, at the end of these patch notes. When is it that we're going to have the ability to actually search in the stash tab for blighted maps? That's the only complaint that I've got. Only complaint. All right, complaints aside, I hope that today is the day a Mirror of Calandra will drop for you when this new patch and all of the new quality of life that's coming forward for the stash tab for maps will go live. Thanks for watching that video. If you'd like more information on any of our discussion points today, you can see them down below in the video description. If you'd also like to join our Discord or support our Patreon, you can do so with the links down below. Thanks again, and big shout out to all of our Patreon supporters.